Everybody, welcome back to the channel. More Blood and Plunder here. We're working our way through the French commanders. Today we're taking a look at Charles Toré. He's a 30-pointer and can lead any French chasseur force. So for 30 points, that's usually kind of the high ground for a lot of the special characters. There are some that are more expensive, a lot more that are cheaper. But let's see what we're getting for that big 30-point investment. We're getting an awesome 16-inch command range, right? That's going to take a good chunk of the battlefield as far as coverage that we get with that, right? And then the massive 3 command points as well. So we're already getting good value out of that. Main weapons, another one where we can take a brace of pistols or the musket, firelock musket and standard melee weapon, which then gives us a pistol as a sidearm. So a couple of choices to consider there. So even amongst these special characters, we get a little bit of variety sometimes too, as far as customizing them. And then we get 3 pretty good skills here. Inspiring we've seen a lot of, but we haven't really had any guerrilla, commander, and local knowledge yet. So let's see what that actually brings us and see if this character holds up with his special abilities for the points investment. Now, inspiring we've seen, we've also seen very inspiring, but nonetheless, it's a really good ability. All friendly units within this command range, which again is going to cover a lot of ground, so we can spread out a little bit and not be constrained by the shorter ones that we've seen out there, like like an 8-inch or 10-inch command range. Still decent, but definitely forces us to be closer together. But anyway, we can re-roll any failed rally tests when the commander's unit is active, and with those awesome 3 command points, we can dole out the rally tests quite a bit if needed. So if things are looking a little shaky for us, we should be able to get good mileage out of this ability, and then lets us spend things like fortune points on other more important roles that we need. So assuming, of course, we can also get the commander activated in a timely fashion for that. But anyway, moving on. Now, the 2 newer abilities that we haven't seen much of yet, let's take a look at Guerrilla Commander. So friendly units within this command range, again, massive command range, of this commander gain the Skirmisher's special rule, right, which lets us take advantage of some cover-related things. So in the right scenario, especially with also the right terrain setup, and again, this massive command range, we can really take advantage of that and gain much more value out of just skirmishers in general. And anytime, again, that we can gain abilities without having to spend points or like hurt ourselves as far as unit selection, stuff like that, is a great deal. So now, obviously, if anything in our force already has skirmishers, kind of a miss, except, again, it's only while they're in the command range. So units that have skirmishers regardless may not necessarily need to hang out that closely to them and can kind of venture a little further abroad, although we do kind of probably want to stay within that command bubble for the inspiring ability too. So we got 2 things that actually trigger directly off of his command range, and in this case, again, fortunately, it's a very large command range. Last up, and again, another one where we get another special ability. So think of what you'd normally, and go back to like the series that we did on all the various like sub factions and stuff like that. Anytime we had to spend points to gain abilities and stuff like that for our units, well, here again we're getting another one for free, blanket across the force, and this one is not tied to command range. So everything here gains scouts, which is just a great ability. Lets us be a little more aggressive in how we're going to approach tackling the enemy with our deployment, and again, depending on what the map is going to do for us, or the scenario and the terrain layout, really lets us, again, along with skirmishers throughout the game, hopefully, really focus on dealing some decisive blows to the opponent, and really getting the best advantage throughout all of our activations. So all in all, pretty good. Would have been nice to see something like the other abilities that we've had out there, where we've had a lot of. So, inspiring is great, and very inspiring would have, of course, been super nice. But like, and it probably would have been overkill on this commander, but like something like lead by example, which we've seen a lot of, would probably make him just way too strong. But so for 30 points, we're getting quite a bit here. Again, inspiring is always nice, and essentially the longer we can stay active and in the fight, hopefully we'll be able to take it to the enemy. And I was, of course, assuming we keep the character's unit alive, right? So for our 30 points, we definitely want to stick him in a large unit, and also just be very careful about what the commander's unit is really going to be exposed to. So we want to pick and choose where we do our engagements and how we deal with the enemy forces. So, but again, taking advantage of skirmishers and scouts across the board. So all in all, a good package of abilities here. And again, couple that with the superb 16-inch command range and the 3 command points, we really should be staying in the fight quite a bit. So let us know, guys, how you have fared with your games where you fielded Charles Toré. Do you think he's worth the 30 points? Do you think maybe we would see him come down a little bit in like an FAQ or something? 25 points certainly seems like almost too cheap for him. But again, let us know how your games have gone. Make your argument and let us know where you've had your wins and your losses, if any, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much for watching.